If I were to play some AVG or visual novel games, I will definitely choose the game made in Japan. Of course, I don't underestimate those games from other countries, but god damn, the Japanese are good at creating immersive games. That just takes my heart away. If I were to choose my favorite AVG company, that would have to be Seec Games. I'm pretty sure most players that like to play escape games definitely know of this company. And if you still don't know, wow. This company made games like alicesspiritualjudgement and Yotes Me God, and so on and so forth. Seec Games established their company in 2005. This company's name consists of 4 letters, which stands for Surprise, Enjoy, Evolve, and Company. They're similar to other game companies, but their games were not their primary objective. Their original target was to display advertisements to raise money. But since 2013, Seec began considering the future of mobile games. Fortunately, at that period, escape games were very popular. They don't require much skill to make. Those escape games just need a good plot and storytelling. Therefore, Seec began to make them. Seec Games' earliest works usually consisted of regular escape and idle games. Sometimes they included some very unique games, like The Caged Garden, Cock Robin, and Lost Smile and Strange Circus. Although these games have numerous downloads, it didn't increase this company's popularity. Oh, by the way, this company likes to put some cute girls and SM together, and they get a lot of downloads. I'm one of those people. Simply put, people like to call them the hentai company. Coming up, the first game to make this company popular is Alice's Spiritual Judgement. This game is based on a darker version of Alice in Wonderland, to tell a game about friendship and school bullies. Compared with their old series of games, the storytelling, plot, and especially the school bullying can resonate a lot with the player. At the beginning of this game, you wake up in your classroom and you seem to have lost any memories you had. The only thing you remember is that your name is Alice. Then, a poker soldier comes to the classroom and tells you that the white rabbit is dead, and the suspect of this murder is being brought to court. You go to the courtroom, but in this court, they first execute and then have a ruling. You begin to feel that this is weird. People begin talking about you and wondering if you are the murderer. Thus, you have to collect evidence and talk to witnesses to prove that you're innocent, as well as be a defendant for the Queen of Hearts, to ultimately uncover the truth behind the murder. A dark fairy tale with a dusk sun background, along with a beautiful soundtrack, makes the whole game very immersive. And the difficulty of this game is not very hard, so it is suitable for everyone. Alice's Spiritual Judgement is very playable. Because the plot is very fast-paced, the player must have strong reasoning abilities. It's not like those blindness of some third-rate detective novels. It actually requires logical thinking, so most players may pause a few times to think. But if you manage to persist to the end, you will find that this is actually a story of friendship between girls. A little bit of a lesbian relationship, but in the end, a big 180 happens and the truth is revealed. The atmosphere of this whole game is very good. The plot is relaxing and exciting at the same time. Although it's difficult, it is completely fascinating. There's also a small amount of humor included, preventing players from being bored during the puzzle, which makes this a good game overall. Although Alice's Spiritual Judgement got very high ratings, this isn't the highest rated game Seec Games has developed. That one belongs to Yotes Me God. If Alice is about friendship and school bullies, Yotes Me God is about religion, superstition, and family kinship. Compared to Alice's Spiritual Judgement, its story range is much wider, including multiple endings. This makes players have a right to choose what ending they want, not just go through with the ending game companies give you. Especially its background music, which is so goddamn good. If you haven't noticed, I've used Seec Games' background music in some of my older videos. In this game, the background scene is also during dusk. To be honest, I really like the feeling of dusk because it stays between daytime and nighttime. It's not too bright like the morning, but also not too creepy like the night. The few minutes dusk lingers on mixed with slow and peaceful music can give you a sense of unlimited depression. On the other hand, the difficulty of this game is incredibly high. Some puzzles require knowledge in Japanese or their tradition to solve. As a player who plays a lot of puzzle solving and escape games, although the gameplay of puzzle solving was not as exquisite as The Room, it is still praiseworthy as a game. But compared to the colorful plot and detailed designs, pure decryption levels are not that good. Finally, these are a few interesting things I learned while playing this game. Number 1. Each of the myths and stories mentioned in this game is real and related to each other. When playing the game, these myths and stories can be pretty interesting and serve as some good, deep knowledge. Number 2. Depending on the ending of the game, the main screen of the game will change. And number 3. The characters' expressions are very detailed. When you enter the story, don't forget to look up and see their faces. The third game Seec Games made was The Prison Boys. This time, they changed the main character to a male. This was a brave decision on their part. They like to use female characters from the first perspective, because from the outside looking in, female characters tend to need protection, making a scarier environment. So, after changing the main character as a male soldier in the army, this meant that the game had less of a scary factor and mainly focused on the puzzle solving aspect. The Prison Boys is based on a real history before World War II. At the end of the Taisho era, the player plays as Tetsu, a member of the secret police force, Toko, who witnesses a tragic incident in the Asakusa 12-story prison. The closer he gets to the truth, the more he finds out the true darkness of the 12-story prison. Keeping his own sense of justice in mind, he solves the mysteries together with his partner, Seec. Throughout the game, one must solve problems and puzzles, make dialogue choices, search for clues, and investigate others. There are several different endings in The Prison Boys, which are obtained depending on the choices that were made, but only one true ending is achievable. Maybe it's because I played Yotes Me God before, but ever since I played that, any puzzle game I played from then on was pretty simple for me. In The Prison Boys, the game system becomes very mature. The background doesn't always consist of that dusk anymore. Instead, combined with the background music and background, it makes you feel as if you're living in the past. Especially in the game starting scenes, there's the sound of a very old record player, thus making every detail in this game very magnificent. But it's still not my favorite Seec game. My favorite Seec game is Tasokarehotel Hotel. The game Toxocara Hotel extracts the best of each of the previously mentioned games, including family kinship, friendship, and love, and so on and so forth. The plot is about a girl that is attacked by somebody and goes to a hotel that lies between life and death, as well as her memory being completely gone. In this hotel, the staff is not quite normal. A flaming-headed manager, although everyone says that he's male, his chest is kinda too big. A bartender with 2 horns growing out of her head, and a monkey that you have to go to a bar to play with. In the beginning, the pace of this game is pretty relaxed. The only customers that come to this hotel are those that don't know if they are alive or dead. Their head and living rooms reflect their true status in life. Later on, you become a staff of the hotel and help those people find the significant items in their room and analyze if there's any relationship between their items and their memories. Because you're not doing this for yourself and doing it for others, as well as the main character not too worried about her living status, it feels as if there's no tenseness or nervousness when you play. Going to the bar to drink some beverages, going to the kitchen to play with that lolly, and going to the front of the table to compare who's more bored with the manager. When you're literally enjoying the peace and environment of the game, the rhythm suddenly changes. The main storyline begins. Revenge, hope, despair, hell are all waiting to happen. If I keep talking on, I'll definitely spoil the plot, and the main theme of these games is the mysterious aspect of it. So if you want to know what happens next, go download the game and play for yourself. The most special point about Toxocara Hotel compared to its prequels is that they hired very nice cast voices to give the characters in Toxocara Hotel more emotion and allow the player to feel more immersed in the game. After you finish this game, you can enjoy some nice CG artwork and music, as well as some extra stories. I must include one thing that I think is the best part of this game, which is the character design. Although from the surface, she looks like a dead-eyed lolly, in fact, she's actually a super neat and idol fan. She likes to collect anything from idols and likes to play jokes on other staff members. Sometimes, like the hentai she likes to smell cute girls. Her final goal is to want the world to be peaceful, and own a harem which consists of a lot of cute girls and handsome boys. But deep in her heart, she is an onlooker, not caring about anything that doesn't relate to her. She isn't too concerned about death, compared to the first prequel's game's main characters, who are very shocked when they witness a death. Her first time seeing a dead body and their viscera, well, her reaction was that they don't look too tasty. Her anatomy skills are even higher than some professional doctors. Even as a player, it's still hard for me to understand her true emotions from the surface. Her personality is kind of like Homura from madokamagica. She will try her best to protect someone important to her, even willing to kill innocent people to save someone's life. But she's different from other crazy people. Her behavior is actually very logical. She doesn't care how much people die on the earth, but if someone who is related to her is one of those that died, she will sacrifice anything to protect them. She's not a good or bad person. She's just a little selfish girl who doesn't want to lose anything she has. I can't believe I feel so much compassion with a game character. But one thing I have to mention about the Seec game series, the most hated thing about their games is their ads and their ticket system. This problem isn't so obvious in Alice's Spiritual Judgement. Those ads bother you when you click the tap button. But in Yotes Me God, they added a limited energy system. When you run out of energy, you have to wait until all the energy recovers, or just purchase unlimited energy directly. But up until The Prison Boys and Toxocara Hotel, this problem was unavoidable. You only have 5 tickets each day, but there are over 200 stages to play, and every stage requires 1 ticket. The ticket recovers 5 every day at 5 AM. If you're going to complete the game to try and get every ending without using money to buy tickets, it will almost take you an entire month to play this game. Also, every stage is incredibly short. It takes around 2 minutes to finish a stage. This is a very tough feeling, to just have to wait to play this game, especially those AVG detective games. Not to mention, you have to be connected to Wi-Fi to be able to play the game. I hope that they can just delete the currency system in this game. If it's possible, I'd rather just buy the entire game. Shut up and take my money already.